Alleluia. 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 Alleluia.
A woman invited several members of her church over for Christmas dinner. As they sat down to the table, she turned to her 6-year-old daughter and said, "Would you like to say the blessing?" The daughter looked at her mother and said, "I'm not sure I would know what to say." And her mother smiled and said, "Just say what you've heard Mommy say." The little girl said, "Okay." She put her hands together, she bowed her head, and she said, "Lord, why on earth did I invite all these people to dinner?"
May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord. From the New Testament Gospel of Matthew, chapter 2, verses 1 and 2, from the NIV. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem, in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him."
Paraphrasing from some of the material from Wikipedia concerning the Magi. The Magi are priests in Zoroastrianism and the earlier religions of the Western Iranians. Old Persian texts predating the Hellenistic period refer to a magus or magi as a Zurvanic and presumably a Zoroastrian priest. Zoroastrian priests were depicted in statuettes from the Achaemenid Empire in 4th century BC. Pervasive throughout the Eastern Mediterranean and Western Asia, the word is used for a practitioner of magic, with a meaning expanded to include astronomy, astrology, alchemy, and other forms of esoteric knowledge.
And those wise ones came from the east, Michelle.
Yes.
That's what it says. And that doesn't mean New York or the Bronx or North Carolina. They came from the east of where? The Middle East, certainly the east of Jerusalem,
Yes.
and a little further. And we're going to talk about what that means today, but we're going to also include maybe a new word for many of you. And we're also going to talk about the idea that these wise ones, first of all, it says wise ones. It doesn't necessarily say in every version wise men.
You're right. It doesn't.
and it further describes in one of our Bibles that they were called
The Magi.
the Magi.
Yes.
It is not I, but the Christ within who does the work.
you for listening to our podcast. Have a blessed week.